Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another vlog. I'm essentially trying to push out a quick vlog right now, just to let you guys know that I'm actually getting things done. So this is the first sign of a couple of more videos to come, at least a couple more. OddCon this last week ran pretty good this year. Like I said in the previous episode, last year had one hiccup that I can think of, and I did not encounter that hiccup this year, so, not really a problem. So things ran much smoother this year. Still had the silly skit. Star Trek theme was definitely in attendance. Massive amount of, Star Trek based, panels, if you will. Turning that back down. Jeez. Sorry about that. I just don't want to work with the light there for some reason today. So what else has been going on? We got our buddy Randy to also go to the convention this year. He seemed to enjoy himself. My eyes are gonna keep bugging me. He enjoyed himself, as far as I can tell. He really liked it. He's still at Aaron's today for one more day because he'd have to come into town anyways for a D&D game that he joins in on. Job search really didn't come up with much. I might try to pass something on to Target over there, but that's about the only real thing I can think of to follow up on. My guess is that if I wanted to get a job in the area, I would probably have to wait until early fall. Early fall type of season, because that's usually when kids in the local area run off to wherever schools they're going to. Also, because they're going to school, things tend to get a bit busy and so forth, so one of my best options there is to wait until almost around GeekCon and then try doing some job searches. Other than that, anything else to mention? Con-wise, again, things ran very smoothly. Met some interesting people. I actually found out there are some locals here that I will try following up on things. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get in with a actual group on Thursday evenings. So that would be nice. Catching up on sleep too. Yeah, Monday night. Didn't get to bed until like almost 3 o'clock because we kept watching movies. Sadly, I did not get to do a watches, mostly because I forgot to grab my microphones, and Randy was not interested in paying. I think, what else? Also did not get to do the top 10 stuff I want to, but I am sure that I can ask around and get a few people to do some bits for me. I'll definitely poke Aaron about it. I will also poke Randy and see if he was interested in any of the top 10 stuff. I'll poke Bill. It's a quick thing. Bill can probably film in about a minute. Probably poke some of the other guys too and see who all I can get to make an appearance. I probably will also be posting something about it on the That Got Glasses forums when I put this video there as well. So expect to see that. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, well, I guess that about covers it for the convention and the goings on, so I'll be asking around for people. And there will for sure be a video montage. I'm not sure about anything else. I'm kind of about what all of my footage I will actually put out in full. I know some people were interested in seeing the full version of the Akan skit. Thing is, there's lots of commentating going around, so I'm not entirely sure how much of the video would actually be clear, so you can actually hear the audio. And actually, I didn't check the audio to see if you can actually hear what the actors were doing either, so we'll have to wait and see. And sorry for everyone who I got the hopes up of on that thing, but yeah, not always the best microphone, this camera. Hell, as it is, I always have to keep boosting the gain and cleaning out the background noise because I think for whatever reason, pardon me, I think for whatever reason, it keeps hearing my computer, even though I have this headset here, which never hears it ever, I swear. I guess it has a natural noise reducer or something built in and that kind of stuff, but still. Other than that, there wasn't much in the way of free swag this convention, just a nice big booklet. I love the size of the booklet, although I can understand why they will never do color for their booklets. I'm not sure why GeekCon didn't do color, but we usually keep our booklets small. Their programming book is a very nice big size, easy to read and all that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff I got while that's off this weekend, item number 1, Cthulhu Dice. Cthulhu Dice is a very easy game to play. Essentially you have like 4 or 5 symbols on this dice, and you keep rolling it to see what you do to another player. And you use these little things here as sanity points. You start off with 3. The idea of the game is to be the last person that's still sane, to which, if things really do go AWOL, you could end up rolling Cthulhu here, with almost everyone with 1 sanity left, and ergo, everyone loses and Cthulhu wins. And I actually have had a couple of quickies that went that way. Also, the other thing that I got, and it'll be a moment here. Gotta try and figure out where I buried it. Somewhere in this bag. It's gotta be somewhere in the bag here. Let's see. Pull it out closer towards the light. Let's do these. There it is. Cthulhu Gloom. Switch it to this again. Cthulhu Gloom. Gloom is actually a card game, which I believe the original is more or less a Edgar Allan Poe based, if you will. Essentially, the basic idea is that you get a certain collection of characters based around that particular writer's franchise. And sorry, I'm trying to mess with these things now. So, you get these particular cards based around the writer's franchise. With Edgar Allan Poe, of course, you get some of the Poe-based stuff. I'm sure the Raven pops up more than once there. Almost betcha it's a popular one. And with Cthulhu Gloom, you get a lot of the you get a ton of the H.P. Lovecraft type of stuff. You get the people of Innsmouth as a group of characters. You get actually, I'm sorry, now I'm trying to organize the cards. You get things like Tiger Man, Faithful Feline, um, Randolph Carter, Dreamland Believer, uh, Walter Gilman, Maniac, I don't know. God. There's so many big, dang, fancy words you can't really quite grasp how to pronounce them, say them, stuff like that. But essentially, the basics is this: you take one of these character type cards. You take like about 5 of them, because that's how much is usually in a group. And what you do with them is that you are trying to kill them with as many points as possible, and with as many bonuses on those points as possible. And once a particular player has all their characters dead, everyone has to count up the points on the dead players, or any other extras that they might have had for those who have extras that actually help. There's actually a card that says, it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive, this character still counts at the end of the game. And you can stack as many cards as you want on this character as possible until someone finally finishes their characters. So you can keep stacking some massive points. Also, you can apparently send death cards out on your out on enemy players' characters, so you can actually try and attempt to mess with their game, if you will. The first game, Randy beat me at this. I think he kind of caught on to a couple of things I didn't notice right away, so he kind of knew where to build it up. The second game, however, I caught on to a few things, and I got a lucky draw. I actually had a death card that reduced all numbers to 0. Which means that he was actually building on an early high point character. Well, I was trying to figure out how to use this death card because it doesn't seem to be that useful. But I looked over and realized, oh, you know what? He's trying to build up a really big character for lots of points. How much are you gonna bet he's gonna try and improve those points and then kill him off next turn? Sorry about that, folks. Second verse, same as the first. But before that, the camera battery finally. I hadn't had a chance to really recharge it since the convention. But yes, so Randy was obviously really powering up this one card. And I'm still sitting here going, what on earth do I do with this death card with 0s on it? Then it hit me, I'm supposed to play it against him. And so he's been putting all these points into this card and make it really strong. Smack. 0s, and it's dead. He can't do anything to it unless he can somehow remove the card. So that's the point that he goes, wait a minute, and checks the rules. And finds out, yeah, I can play a death card against his cards. He's like, crap. So that majorly bones him. And then I believe I managed to pull off exactly what he was trying to get to with my last card, and managed to snuff it off, my last character card off, before he could get his. And he's just like, you know what? Technically, I have 2 cards that count for nothing. I'm pretty sure you just won. So, that's the story of how I won my second card game against him. With Cthulhu Gloom. By the way, I'm up checking here. Zoom in. With Cthulhu Gloom. And as you can see, the cards are actually transparent. So if I was to, like, say, just pull this one out and, Yeah, you see? So, interesting card game, interesting setup, and interesting cards to play with because, again, everything matches up just right so you can see through and see all the stats all at once and see what's going on with your cards and your characters, rather. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that's Cthulhu Gloom and the Cthulhu dice game. So other than these, while I was up there for the first day, I did order Do Not Starve and shared a copy with Aaron. So that means when the game comes out, I want to say in a couple of days. I can't remember for sure. I know it's updating. Something about it is updating in about 7 days or so. But Do Not Starve is still on pre-order, and they're still allowing people to play a public beta version right now. What I've been playing so far has been quite fun at the moment. I'm still trying to figure out how to find a place where I can actually survive for more than 5 minutes, you know? Actually, I should probably work on, work some stuff out with the shovel so I can move around, the berry bushes at the very least and put them on one spot where I can get at them. They're one of the few food resources in Don't Starve that will actually replenish themselves. I would say carrots would be the next best thing, but I don't think there's really a point to removing and replanting carrots. They don't exactly... excuse me. They don't exactly respawn at the same point, if you will. So I got that going. I've been playing around with that. I just reinstalled it now on my own PC, and there's also a version already on Aaron's, which probably has a few things unlocked for her. How nice for you. So I'll have to do that all over again on my home computer, and we'll see how things go from there. I believe I will be attempting to do a first impressions video when the official version comes out. I also found out that there's a new Far Cry 3 game coming out. I believe it's called Blood Dragon, and the basic idea is post-apocalyptic 1980s future thing, where you're part cyborg taking down all these armies of cyborgs and cybernetic animals and stuff, and trying to, excuse me, trying to take down some sort of big bad or something. It looks interesting, but, apparently, I'm in the middle of switching bank accounts right now, so getting it right now is not a sure thing, if you will. So I'll be holding on to that for a bit. It's the 17th, and I believe the special ends around the 1st, when the game actually comes out. Also, for pre-ordering, for like $16, you also get a soundtrack, and it's a very 80s soundtrack, so, you know what? Nothing thrills me more than authentic sounding 80s music, so the hell of it. I will throw them the extra cash to get that soundtrack, because Lord only knows, 1980s soundtrack made by some video game guys, I get the feeling they're not going to be too particular upon people borrowing clips of their music. Just saying. Video game companies aren't as strict as other companies out there, so, yeah, that might be worth my while to grab up, and I might have some uses. Well, excuse me, jeez, won't give up tonight, but I get the feeling they'll come in useful at some point, somewhere down the road. But yeah, I believe that's everything planned so far, and, all my little, eggs thrown into the basket, if you will, for the time being. Again, I'll be poking people around and trying to get some quick videos out of people, Maybe can spare the couple of minutes to film something and then send me the video clip. I will try to get that out as soon as possible, but I will also be working on the other convention videos this week. So expect that at the earliest to maybe be next week sometime. Hopefully next week Wednesday maybe, depending upon how many people want to join in and how many of them I can get to do some bits for me. Otherwise, I'll see you all later and I hope you enjoyed.